Hi, welcome to Seaside Quilting Tutorials. Today is box opening day. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what's in there. So it's been a busy day. Yesterday I posted our magic pillow tutorial, and I have 2 more tutorials that I need to get done for this weekend. So I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. But before I put this stuff away, I wanted to be able to show it to you. And as usual, I don't remember half of what I have in here. So let's go ahead and take a look. Just got to adjust the camera a little bit so everybody can see. It's not as huge of a box, but it's still pretty big. See what we've got. Ugh, that's a heavy one. Another heavy one. Oh, packing slip. Oh, look at my pretty shelves. Look at those. Aren't those pretty? I love the shells. Last year, I used some of my shells in a bird bath because the bottom of the bird bath had rusted out and it needed to be patched and repainted. And I thought, how cool would it be if, not my best shells, mind you, all my favorites go into a bowl that stay down in my room, but I took some of my shells and I put them in the bird bath, and the birds love, love, love the bird bath. I'm not sure, these ones are gonna go in my bowl though. I got my Frixion pens. How awesome is that? So we don't have just fabric, mind you. We have notions, we have rulers, we have thread, we have needles, pins, so many things. And now that we're changing over to the comments sold and our app has gone live, and you can download our app on either the Android or the iPhone app store. So we'll be adding more and more things in there for you to check out. I really needed these. My pens are getting dry. So I'm excited those are in. I go through those like crazy between my long arm quilting and tutorials and all kinds of stuff. And look how well packaged those are. Imagine that. It's amazing to me every single time I see these because these come in. I'm going to lower this camera just a little more. Sorry. But it amazes me all the time because I do get other packages in from other companies once in a great while. Not as often. Much smaller ones, mind you. But they never come like this. Usually they come in maybe a bubble wrap packaging, and they're just kind of folded, thrown in there, and if anything happens in shipping, they're gone. So it's really nice how they package these. We had a customer this week whose box came and not even slit where the tape was, but it was slit to the side, but luckily nothing was damaged. And as many problems as we've seen go through, the packaging holds up pretty much. I don't think I've ever seen the fabric be damaged in a shipping incident, which is wonderful, and due to the way that they package their things. And to go and do the extra mile of wrapping these things up in paper is just amazing. And the customer service is wonderful. Ooh, some pretty things. Pretty things. And they even tie it all up. Now, I rarely see a company do that. Once in a while, if I buy from an independent person who's cleaning out their stash, they'll maybe tie a ribbon on it. But these are always tied and perfect. Oh, I've been waiting for these to come in. I've been waiting for these. So pretty. Gotta get my camera so that you can see these. I apologize. Quite often my box openings happen at night. 'Cause that's when I get the time to get down here. And it's that time of the year when you gotta be out watering and so much going on that I don't always get the time to do things during the daytime down in my sewing room. These are the Tide Pool Dream Big panels. Isn't that gorgeous? I have 2 of these. I usually get 2 of each one, sometimes 3, because I like to have them in hand whenever I need to put together a quilt for someone quickly, or I just am in the mood to just long arm and I don't want to have to put a lot of stuff together to get it done. These are great for me. I get to play. Every single one ends up individual. Oh, these are just so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Starts with this like yellowy, goes out into a green, a little darker of a green, and then it goes out to teals. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Be adding that to my stack of green big panels. I think throughout time, and I think they started like around 2008, 2007, something like that. They started coming out. And I think throughout the years, I've probably had just about every color that has come out. And I still don't have one of my own hung up, mind you. But I do have a blue one that I intend to keep for myself. So I'm a blue person. I loved the last teal one that I did, but oh, isn't this pretty? I made a quilt with this last year. It's this is like a dark emerald green and has these nice sparklies, little it's not really metallic, but it has a metallic look to it because of all the let me see if I can get my camera over here. My lighting isn't overly great down here, but because of the gold dots, it gives it this metallic look. This is by Hoffman. I believe this might have been one of our ends of bolt sales. It doesn't tell me which Hoffman it is, but I think it came with one of our Christmas lines. And I did make a quilt with this last year, and some of the other Christmas fabrics. Just beautiful. This is going to come in handy, especially in July as I start doing some Christmas projects ahead of time. I'm hoping that you're being able to see that metallic look in it. Let's see if getting it closer will help. It changes color when I get it closer, darn it. I need to get one of those white cards like Barb uses when she shows fabric. But see if that helps a little bit. But just beautiful fabric. I'm just loving it. Okay. Now this is, excuse me. This is one of the ends of bolts. On Sundays, we started doing ends of bolt sales in our private Facebook group, which is called Seaside Quilting. This is a piece of the whale song that I had used when I did our quick borders on the panel, which was so much fun. and I had just a little bit left over, and I saw this piece go up for sale and said, yeah, I'll grab that, because between the two, I'll be able to make something really pretty. And in that ends of bolt sale was this beautiful, beautiful teal batik. Love it. Sometimes you don't need a big piece of something or a whole yard. So the ends of bolts really come in handy. I'm not sure. When I was looking online, I was thinking that these two might go together. They might. We'll see. I have so many projects, and sometimes I don't need a whole yard. Sometimes I only need a half a yard. Sometimes I just need a even a quarter yard of something. So it just depends on the project. Excuse me. And at the same time, this came up in our ends of bolts sale, which is another batik. And I thought, doesn't that go well together? See with that purple? Darn. These darn lights and cameras. But see, there's just these purples that go into here. And I thought, wow, that just looks magnificent with that. So I'm really excited to have these in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. So excited. And one of my other favorite things are the belly chops that look like sunflowers. And this was a piece that I didn't have yet. It's like a bluish purple with like these golden, like sunflowery look to it. Just gorgeous. See if I can get that paper on there. Isn't that pretty? And I have quite a lot of these. I don't have every color of these like I did with the Dream Big, but I do have a large variety. And I love, love, love these. They go well with so many other fabrics. And I often use them in tote bags, purses, wallets, so many things. So even though it's a small piece that came up in the ends of bolts, this will be perfect for possibly a tote bag, like a smaller tote bag, which I'm going to be doing some of those for Christmas presents. Shh, don't tell anybody. This I was so excited to get in. This is one of our newest lines that has come in. And we still don't have all the pieces to it yet. This is by Hoffman. This is the Garden Bliss. And look at all those beautiful, beautiful butterflies. I love, love, love butterflies. Look at those. Isn't that gorgeous fabric? Now it shows up better in our lives, of course. I just don't have the same kind of lighting that they have. But isn't that, yeah, I think that picks up the coloring really well. And there's just all these gorgeous butterflies throughout it. As the piece goes on, it just gets prettier and prettier. And I'm excited to see the coordinates that are coming in with it. It's a beautiful, beautiful line. And I just might make myself a quilt with this. You know, I always say that. I always say, oh, I'm going to make myself a quilt with this, but usually it ends up going to someone else. Very busy, and I love to share. I had a lot of packing slips that went with this. So I did a lot of separate orders. Oh, this is a big bundle. Big bundle. Oh. Oh my goodness, I got paper going everywhere. Our packing slips are really wonderful now with the new comments sold, because when people place orders, everything gets spit out and has like our little, the picture of what we bought, and makes it so much easier for them to just grab everything. And either if it's an end to bolt, just package it up, and if it's something that needs to be cut, it just makes everything easier and much quicker for them to get out. And I believe most of these, not all, but most of these are going to be some ends of bolts. This was from last year, and this is from Timeless Treasures. And you know, I kept saying I'm going to get some of that, I'm going to get some of that, but so much fabric comes in and you have to pick and choose what you want to get, and it's just so hard to do at times. So you know, you can't always get what you want, but luckily this came up in ends of bolts just last weekend, and I was able to get it. Oh, that's upside down. This is the right side up, but it's really cute, and this is just one of the border pieces. But I think this would just look lovely going around, maybe I'm thinking a wall hanging or something like that, or I might just cut like a segment out of it and use it and make a quilt, like a little smaller wall hanging, like maybe cut it like right in here over to here, and just make this like a tiny wall hanging, and maybe make or possibly some placemats. I don't know yet, but I've loved this piece ever since the line was in. So now I have a piece of it to do something with. I think this was also from last year. This is from Wilmington Prints, and it was with a cocoa line. And I'm not sure if it's going to tell me the name of it or not. Sometimes they do. Oh, yep, Time for Hot Cocoa. And I just thought this was so cute. And once again, I didn't end up getting some of this. I think I might have another piece of this in with my Christmas stash. I can't remember for sure. But I just think it's so cute with little caramels and little peppermints and little marshmallows going all over the place, and almost looks like little bits of cinnamon. So this will be wonderful in a Christmas project. I love it. And I think there's over a yard, so that's great. There'll be plenty of it to use, maybe in a 3-yard quilt with some of my other fabrics. And that's often how I build my stash. Sometimes I will buy several pieces out of a line. Sometimes I'll only buy 1 or 2. Sometimes when a sale comes up and I see them, I'm like, oh, you know, I missed out on that. I probably should grab that now. And so that's sometimes how I end up with things. There were a couple of these in the ends of bolts, and I was fortunate to get both of them. And isn't that adorable? And all these little Christmas lights, red and green and white. And this is going to be so pretty in a Christmas project. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Love it, love it, love it. And this was by Timeless Treasures. I love Timeless Treasures. They do the cutest prints, and I'm going to love this. I've got a lot of Christmas fabric that I need to use, and I have a few that I know that that's going to go really, really well with. And this, let me see. This is by Studio E, and it's the, shoot, I hope they have the name of it, Snippets. This is the Snippets fabric, And it's got these, well, little snippets. All, see that? And it almost looks metallic. Has like this metallic look to it. And it's just little bits and snippets that go along. And as you go up through the fabric, the wonderful thing is it has that on both ends where there's like a lot of snippets at one end and on the other end, but in the center, there's less and less. And I think this was like cream or vanilla, something like that. I don't remember, but I'm getting low on the whites and the off-white fabrics. So when I saw this, and I do love these for backings of quilts. I have it in all kinds of colors. I have blues, I have greens, reds, grays, blacks, all in the snippets. And I quite often use these for a backing because sometimes where I don't buy a whole line of all the coordinates and the backings and so forth that all matchy, these come in so handy for the backing of a quilt. And after long armed, it's gorgeous. So I'm really excited to have that. And I might actually use this one in one of those 3-yard quilts. They blend so well with other fabrics. Now this, I have more of this. And this is a Hoffman. And I don't remember the name of it. I'm really sorry. But I do love this fabric. And I actually bought it probably 3 or 4 times. This might be the 4th or 5th time here. And this is just a small piece, probably about a half a yard. But since I already have a bundle of it over there. Oh, this is marbled. And I don't remember which color of the marble this is called. I think it was like volcano or something like that. But it's just beautiful fabric. And I have used this several times in projects with panels, with 3-yard quilts. I've used it multiple times and I still have a good amount of it over there. So when I saw this piece come up, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab that because you never know, I might need it. Now this, I've been trying to, I always write myself little notes that tell me what I'm low on for colors. And browns really stood out to me last year, and ever since I've been trying to get some browns. And this is absolutely stunning because it's not just a black brown. This has from darkest brown, and I think the lighting's picking this up just perfectly right now. I just love this piece. It's going to be gorgeous. And with some of the autumn fabrics, I have a lot of leaf fabrics, pumpkin fabrics, different Thanksgiving type and fall pieces, and I needed some browns to match in. And also I have a couple of panels that are more fall looking with rivers and so forth, and I really believe this is going to work in well. And I grabbed myself a couple of yards of that, and now I wish I would have gotten more, but I love this piece of fabric. It's just beautiful, and it's going to be a great addition to the browns that I'm trying to stock up on. Because you know how, like you go to make something and you can't find that right color for it, and then you're on the hunt. And I like to have them in my stash so that when I go to make something, I can say, oh, well, I'm going to make something with blues, I'm going to make something with teals or pinks or whatever, and I'll have that stuff there. Another thing that I'm really crazy about, besides the I'm crazy about a lot of fabric. You'll get to know that as you see my box openings. But I love Bally dots. I really, really love Bally dots. And this is a really beautiful piece. I don't remember the name of it. Shoot. I probably need to start writing the names of things down. Oh, this is Dawn. This is the Bally Dots Dawn. I wonder if the brown's on there. Oh, the brown was Anthology Chocolate Batik. That was the brown. This is the Dawn Bally Dots. Just beautiful, beautiful fabric. It's got greens. It's got not quite yellow, but almost like a golden peachy type coloring in here, and goes out to pinks and roses, and even a little bit of splash of teals and stuff in here. This will be able to go with so many different fabrics, and that's what I really love about the Bally Dots, is that it matches with so many fabrics that it's just a useful fabric to have in the stash. And I love blenders because, and to me this is a blender. Rather than having solids, I like to have blenders, and then something like this where it picks up, see how it picks up that teal? Let me see if I can get that closer. There's these little teal dots. I know it's hard to pick up in the camera, but they're right in here. And this tealish, greenish teal matches almost identical to those little spots right through here. And that's what I love about it, is that I can take two fabrics like this and put them together, and they'll blend really, really well. And this is another batik that I had picked up in one of our sales. I love batiks, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't use batiks with other fabrics. You sure enough can. I've never had a problem over the years doing it. I've done it time and time and time again, and they go well. And this batik, I absolutely love this coloring. This is Celestial, and this one was Junio. And I love the Celestial. I saw this, and it's got all these blues and a little bit of teal in there, and I just love it. It's going to be another great addition to my fabrics. And we are on the very last piece. I don't know if I have that in here. Is that there? Yeah, that's it. So this is Creamsicle Floral Batik from Hoffman. And when this first came out, I never did get a piece of it. So fortunately, I was able to get a piece. I think this is just about a yard, well, a little bit longer than a yard actually. And I think this might have been in the ends of bolts, but I'm not positive. Maybe I just ordered it. I can't remember. The one thing that I love about Seaside Quilting Supplies is I've never had a piece come in short on its cut. And I've had that happen with other companies. I've had other companies where sometimes it's even cut so that it's slanted, so you don't get your whole full yard, or the pieces are separated like this and cut like that, and then you don't end up with a full yard because it's been miscut. I really hate when a company does that. I will not buy from a company again when that happens. I keep a list of companies that I will not purchase from because of problems with their cutting. I've never had that problem with Seaside Quilting Supplies. They always, always, always cut just a little past that 1 yard or half yard or whatever size that I've cut. I've never been short. So they're a company that after the first few months of dealing with them, I started out as a customer a few years ago, and before I started working with them, and I've never had to even think about measuring my fabric when it comes in, because I've never had to worry about being shorted on my fabric. So I love companies like that because I can rely on just getting my fabric in. Sometimes I don't even have the time to get it folded and get it put away. So, you know, to be able to know that I can just take that stack and set it over his side until I get a chance to sit and fold it and get it up on the shelf so it's coordinated. I do have some coordinated, organized shelves by color or by theme and whatnot, and they're just the one that I don't even have to worry about. And I just want to show you last year I got these fabrics in from Seaside Quilting, and I haven't even opened it. I took it out of the box. It's in its plastic and whatnot. I took the paper off and I stuck it back into the plastic just because I wanted to see what was in here. And the funniest thing is I do have some of that Christmas lights in here that I had purchased last year. And this was one of the ones that I had used with the that green fabric that had the little splashes of gold flecks all over it. And this hasn't even been undone. I just took it out of the paper wrap, stuck it back in the plastic, and stuck it on a shelf. But when I get to the point where I'm making some Christmas projects this year, I'll open this up. But I don't have to worry about how much I had or anything. Oops. So anyways, I just wanted to point that out. And I have a few bundles like that on my shelf that I don't have to worry about. They're themed. Some is Halloween, some is Christmas and whatnot. And I just don't have to worry about it. So anyways, that's it for this time. I've got to get busy working on a tutorial that I need to get ready for this weekend. I've been working on the 2023 Seaside Quilting Quilt Along, and it's just been busy, busy, busy. So I need to get going and get that fabric cut out so I can get that tutorial going tonight. And until next time, I wish you happy sewing.